Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, we're going to learn a TV episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin. Let's jam with me tonight.
Oh, I'm Tiffany Albertin, and yep, that's all I got.
This is Joe Butler, and yes, indeed, welcome to the Ouch, motherfucker.
I am the Let's Play Princess Phoebe Stanton, co-host of Nerds of Broadcast, and I just want the doll!
And I'm going to carry that weight. This is Kerry, Chandler, Carusetta on Twitch and YouTube.
And that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
And we bring you a Patreon voted episode, because apparently Patreons don't like me. We're covering
What else did you have?
Avatar, Yu Hakusho. I forget what the other one was. Might have been One Piece. I don't remember.
Probably One Piece.
It was One Piece.
So,
whoever didn't vote for One Piece, you can all kiss my ass.
I didn't vote for One Piece. I voted for this, unfortunately.
I don't
Wait for the One Piece live action or the anime?
Live action.
Oh, the One Piece live action is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I have a lot of knowledge of the source, though. I didn't watch that much, and I was like, this anime is going to go on forever. I can't handle it.
I won't watch the anime. But no, but this is, so we're here to talk about Cowboy Bebop, the 21 TV series. I don't even need to put season 1, because there will never be a season 2. It's just the 21 TV series.
Not like they tease a season 2 anyways.
Mm-hmm.
They got Netflixed.
I was so upset.
And at this point, since this was 2021 and we are now in 2024, it's safe to say it is not getting renewed by anybody.
Well, I mean, there's a writer's strike, and you know it takes like 2 years to film.
No, they confirmed this got canceled.
Yeah, it got killed quickly.
Thank goodness.
I disagree. Like, Kerry had made a good point in the chat, is what you were saying, and is that you like the first 3 episodes are bad, then it gets good.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot to ask of somebody. Sit through 3 really terrible episodes of a show, and then it gets good. But I do think it's good, and by the end of it, I loved it.
Well,
a big Cowboy Bebop fan, I loved it at the end.
The anime rule is that we give every show 3 episodes.
Thank you, Phoebe.
It just so happens that this needed 4.
Yeah.
In anime, these aren't 20-minute episodes. This is 40, 50-minute episodes, so that's a much bigger ask of somebody.
And I know exactly what 20 minutes you could cut out of each of them to make it way more enjoyable. So,
yeah.
And what episodes they should have cut.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, basically just cut Vicious and Julia out of everything until episode 8, and it's a better show. Yeah. Like it is in the anime.
Well,
where Julia is in exactly about 15 minutes of the anime for the entire series.
Let's also get rid of episodes 9 and 10.
Say what?
I said, let's also get rid of episodes 9.
Oh, those are my favorite episodes. Those are 2 of my
best.
favorites. Yeah, episode 9 was my favorite episode of the series, probably.
It wraps everything up a pretty good way. It wraps it up pretty good, except for teasing for season 2.
Yeah, if you're a big fan of the anime, you know, the only episodes where you ever learn basically anything about Spike's past is there's 2 2-part episodes in the anime, right? There's Jupiter Jazz Part 1 and 2, which is like halfway through the series. And then there's Real Folk Blues Part 1 and 2, which is the finale. And those 2 2-parters are the only times we get anything about Spike's past. They're the only times we ever see Vicious or Julia. And they basically took those 4 episodes and combined them into the last 2 episodes of the show.
All right.
With some changes.
Never seen the anime before. I plan to do that as a palate cleanser, but I've already got questions. Assumptions. Number 1. Are Faye and Jet part of the final battle? Because it feels like that was added on.
That's completely added on.
Cool.
They're gone, because he goes on his own in the anime.
All right.
Yeah. So what basically Real Folk Blue does. I don't know if I want to spoil the anime. I mean, even though it's 20 years old.
Don't spoil the anime. I already know the ending of the anime, but my other assumption is that Julia is not a villain as she turns out to be in this.
No, I think
it kinda, but no.
Okay.
Because she don't get the chance to be, because she catches
in the past, in Jupiter Jazz Part 2, we discover that she is the one who shot Spike, just like in the live action.
Oh,
but that's halfway through the series.
I've watched the anime now like 2 or 3 times. I never knew.
Yeah, it's revealed basically that. Yeah,
one of the flashbacks.
Apparently, someone doesn't watch anime very good.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's complicated because they took those 4 episodes of the anime and took pieces of them and rearranged them into 2 or 3 episodes of the show. And then a lot of the stuff, and then it's complicated. We got more backstory of all three of those characters. We got more backstory of every character in the live action than in the anime, for sure. Because that's kind of the
Faye, though.
You do or don't?
You don't. I don't think you do.
See, okay.
You were gonna get it, but then season 2 never happened.
Because
Oh yeah, I think you get about the same amount of Faye's backstory and this and that. You just get more of her mother in the live action. You get that whole
I'm coming at
episode
this
of her
from
mom.
what feels like a very unique experience because I'm assuming everybody else here has seen the anime.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
the anime is my favorite anime.
All right,
So,
and
I've seen
my
it a
roommate
bunch.
owns it, just never seen it, and it's really interesting the conversations happening between her and I because, as it turns out, she hates this version of Faye with a fiery passion because it's supposedly not the anime version. But me coming in as a new time, I love Faye in this.
Yeah, so I hate Faye in the anime, and I love her in this. So
Yeah.
She's not
she is a
different.
worthless character in the anime. She is like just a piece of shit. She only has one maybe two redeeming moments the entire anime, and that's it.
In
And
the
her
anime,
final,
is Jet also still the best character because Jet's
Yeah.
fantastic in this.
yeah, Jet's awesome.
Perfect.
Oh, well, we're also missing
the actor for Jet.
we're also missing the two best characters as well, Ein and Ed, who also are completely absent from this fucking series.
Ein's
no,
all over
How
it.
they threw away Ein is absolute bullshit. Because
I was so upset.
I've at least seen the movie for the anime. And
Yeah.
when I saw the movie, I was like, oh my god, I fucking love Ed. I fucking love Ein. And then I'm watching this, and it's Ein is in 3 scenes and then gets pushed off the ship.
No, he's in a few episodes before he gets kicked off. I mean, but he doesn't do a lot. You're right. He
No,
doesn't
he's
do a
just
lot.
there. You
He's a
just see him.
projector.
He doesn't do a lot in the anime either, though. He's mostly just in the background being like a funny dog. He doesn't.
He eats
He only has-
mushrooms and hops around.
He eats the
Yeah.
mushrooms and hops around.
I know
yes.
that much.
Yes.
I
mean,
think,
I
I
also-
think-
Like dogs and
It was weird that they decided to leave. They left Ed until the post credits.
Because their season 2 was coming.
I was so
That's so-
upset. She's my favorite character.
Yeah, it's so weird that they just stick Ed in the final moments.
Well, this is why you don't plan a second season of a show unless you've been renewed. Like, maybe just, have it as where it wraps itself up.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, the thing is they could have filmed an alternate ending in case it got canceled.
And don't tease the events of the movie.
And nobody cares about the movie.
Is that what they were going
Yes.
for season
Yeah,
2?
the Butterfly Man is the main villain of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
look,
that's right.
so the real big thing is whenever what do you call it, like the media post of the series of the show. You have the show was created with big dick energy, or at least implied big dick energy, because John Cho, who's Spike Spiegel in this, the main character, has been pushing for him to be Spike Spiegel in a live action Cowboy Bebop for years and years. He's been trying to get this off the ground. And I remember the big hot ticket when people were actually willing to give this a chance is whenever he announced on Instagram where he's like, "Hey, we got the crew who made the soundtrack for the original Cowboy Bebop to come to the live action somehow." And yeah, and that's what got people to kind of be like, "Oh yeah, maybe we'll watch it." And then yeah,
I will say the Japanese voice cast, almost every single one of them is doing the Japanese dub of the live action.
That's
also.
Okay.
awesome.
okay, that's cool because they did that with
That
One
is cool.
Piece too.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw the trailer of the show, I was excited for him because they remade the opening. Like, I see it, I'm like, okay, this looks good, and I'm on board. And then when it
Until the
came
running
out, we got
animation.
The
3
animation looks bad.
episodes in, and we stopped.
I think it's 100% because of Vicious is why I stopped.
You couldn't handle it.
I couldn't handle
Yeah.
Vicious. I couldn't.
His
I
wig is so
can't tell
bad.
if Alex Hassel is a terrible actor or if he was
He's not.
being given terrible direction. God, he's awful in this.
He was given terrible direction. I will also confirm that as well because it's the same thing in the One Piece live action, and I'll give it with this. And I haven't seen the Yu Yu Hakusho live action, and I want to see if they do the same thing just to confirm if it's Netflix. Netflix has a really bad habit of wanting to put B plots in everything. The same thing happens for One Piece. Kerry, did you watch One Piece?
Yeah.
Phoebe.
I have not. We were
Yeah,
going to, but
I love the One Piece live action.
So yeah. So One thing with the One Piece live action that they do is there's a B plot revolving around in the live action. There's a B plot running around about Admiral Captain going after Luffy,
Right.
and you find out that it ends up being Luffy's grandpa. That is not revealed until like 100 episodes in the actual anime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I remember someone saying they're like, what is up with this weird B plot that keeps happening that's not in the anime? And it's Netflix. Netflix wants the episodes to be an hour long and says if you have to put a B plot in there, put it in there somehow. So I'm assuming it's the same thing with this, where Netflix is like, yeah, just make Vicious this whatever character, have him whenever we're not on the main crew, have him doing his whole thing. Because that's essentially what the whole B plot is anyways, is Vicious doing weird gang shit.
Yeah,
It
and to be
helps. It's
clear,
not just
that
anime
weird,
adaptations.
yeah, to be clear, that weird gang shit that takes up a good 15 minutes of every episode for the first 7 episodes, that is 3 to 5 minutes of the finale in the anime. That is literally like a couple of the scenes are like almost exactly what happened. Only, all right, so when he at the we're gonna spoil this live action because right.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when he pulls his big switcheroo and they kill the guy.
Nick?
Yeah, right. They pull that big switcheroo, right? And then he goes around with his sword and kills all the leaders of the syndicate. In the anime, his pet bird that you've seen him with a couple of times in a previous episode flies in and explodes. And
Has a
then
pet bird?
yeah, he has a pet
Yes.
bird and it kills it. The pet bird has like C4 in it and explodes. And he uses that to escape and then kill everyone in the room with a sword. So I think the live action probably did it better. But
No, I would have wanted the bird.
Father?
you wanted to see a bird explode.
I did want the bird.
I was
forgot the
waiting to
bird
see.
blew up.
I was
I
like,
wanted
is
the
the bird going to come in and blow up? Is that how he's going to get out of this? And then I was like, oh no, it's just they established in the second episode, I think, that third episode, that there's these face changer things. So that's what it is. Okay. Well,
Okay.
good
I don't
callback.
Yeah, because they
mind.
use it on Abdul.
Yeah.
I don't mind the plot with Vicious being throughout the whole season because they're going for something a little different, where they're giving you a reason to like most shows will have nowadays, where they'll have an overarching plot throughout the whole series or season to keep you interested. So I don't mind. Like, I hated Vicious in the first couple episodes, so I hate the way that actor looks in this. It's bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
It's a bad look also.
I didn't mind that it was there until it just, because it didn't really feel unnecessary to me, but it doesn't capture the vibe of what the show is, because the show is very, well, it's a different time. I mean, I don't think we do TV that way anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what it is. We really don't do TV like this anymore, like Cowboy Bebop anymore. We do it. Everything has to be a season-long mystery
Hold on,
that
Phoebe.
slowly unfolds. That's just how TV feels like it has to be nowadays.
What's up, Phoebe?
One of the elders being Vicious's father. Is that brand new? That feels brand new.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we don't get any backstory on Vicious in the anime.
They need to stop doing that. Every
Always-
piece of media
here's what
nowadays
you know
is
about
here's
Vicious.
a pathetic villain. Now we understand why the villain does it. Just have a villain be a fucking villain.
Here's what you know about Vicious. He's in the syndicate. He has a katana and a bird
And white hair.
and white hair, and does not have black fucking eyebrows with his white hair, by the way. And at one point in the past, he and Spike appear to have worked together and been friends.
And that's
Because
it.
we get, and by that, by the way, the only indication that he and Vicious were ever friends in any way is there's a scene in the anime very early, it's in the middle of the anime, where he falls out of a church window, and while he's falling, his life flashes before his eyes, and we get bam, bam, bam. And one of those bams is a still frame of him and Vicious side by side with guns drawn, helping each other.
Oh yeah, that's all we get, isn't it?
All of Vicious's backstory in the entire anime is 1 second him and Spike standing back to back in a gunfight. That's it.
That would
Huh.
have been
God.
better. You can
That's
leave
it.
it.
And that's all you
Doesn't
needed.
matter.
That's all you needed. The thing about the anime is it's this pulp noir where every episode is its own thing. They rarely connect at all. And occasionally there's a little connective tissue from one to the other. But
Yeah.
that's it. That's the whole point. It's supposed to be a series of random adventures.
Slice of life.
And right, exactly. And the only things we ever get is we get 2 episodes where Jet confronts his past a little bit. One of which was in this, one wasn't. We get 2 episodes where Faye is learning about her past a little bit. And then we get the 2-parters with Spike's past. And that's it. The whole rest of the anime. Oh, and I'm sorry, Ed also has 2 episodes explaining her backstory a little bit. Or not even really explaining it. Yeah.
You can watch Cowboy Bebop on Disney Plus.
You can watch anything from Hulu on Disney Plus, which means you can watch The Bear and Archer on Disney Plus.
I watched both of these on. I know that the anime is on Hulu, yeah, so it should be on Disney Plus also.
Okay, it's also on Crunchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
So
on
I have
Netflix
a couple
at one
things
point.
I want to talk about. Like we mentioned earlier with
Yeah.
Faye, so I kind of want to go there. I like Faye in this. I don't remember her in the anime because it's been a few years.
It's not very memorable.
But
her point in the anime is to have just humongous tits
Yes.
hanging out of her outfit and bending over a lot, and to act like a brat that everyone else can be flummoxed by how much of a brat she is.
Yeah.
That's all she
No,
is.
there's
Oh, and to get
so much for
she gets
that.
kidnapped by Vicious once.
oh, I don't remember
That's
that.
it. Yeah, it's the Jupiter Jazz.
Oh, okay. That's Now I know what you're talking about.
She's the one in the church that Spike goes in and rescues in Jupiter Jazz,
Which
I
which
just
is halfway through the series.
I like that actress, Danielle Pinella, I think is her name.
Yeah, I thought she was good.
She got a lot. I remember before the show came out, people were complaining because her boobs weren't as big as the show, and she's like, "That's because I'm a human
Yeah,
and not an anime drawing." Like, I mean,
Yeah.
she was fine. People complained that her outfit wasn't skimpy enough. Like, no, this is real life, not an anime. Like, this makes sense. I like her a lot in this.
she's supposed to be able to fight.
Like, it's fine. Like, there was no. I mean, I like the extra stuff they give her character in this because it does make you. Well, just you have her being compassionate a couple times where the bomb is going off, where she was going to go confront her mother, which you don't know what she's doing, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm going to save them from being turned into trees instead." Like, you have a couple moments where she makes the right decision in a way. Like, even one of my favorite
Yeah.
scenes in this anime with the, and one of your favorite scenes, Tiff, for the mechanic. Like, yeah, it's a little scene, but it gives you more character building to her and showing her love somebody, or whatever you want to call this. But like, it was just a nice little moment. Yeah,
I
fine.
love the episode with her and her mom.
same.
That was great.
the
That's
safe
great.
word at the end.
And at the very end, she's like, "What the fuck? This was all role play."
Yeah.
That was great.
The episode
I thought her
with
mom was
Spike
really funny.
just comparing hits was amazing.
It makes it.
Yeah.
It shows the good character growth for her. Like throughout this show has a lot of good character growth for her. I mean, even though like she's in the first episode, then she disappears until 3 or 4. I think she comes back. Maybe it's 4.
Well, that's how it is in the anime too.
Yeah,
She
she's
disappears she just will randomly run off. Sometimes taking all their money when she goes too.
Mhm.
At least once in the anime, she just like takes all their money and leaves
gambles
them
it.
and gambles it. Yeah.
It's
So-
It's
sci-fi
early.
Lupin.
Yes, it's a sci-fi Lupin. Phoebe, real quick, because I actually liked it, and they very much make Faye's backstory a lot better from the anime. Phoebe, do you want to know what it is?
What's her backstory?
So her backstory, and Kerry, you can correct me if I'm right, because I'm kind of speaking because I haven't seen anime in years since it aired on Adult Swim, so I'm kind of going off memory.
Yeah.
Her backstory is that she woke up from cryo sleep and she had an uncurable disease, and that's why she was in cryo sleep. And the doctor that cured her disease, when she woke up, they fell in love, and then one day she woke up and found out that he left all of her debt in her name.
All of his debt. Yeah. So a little background. She is from our time.
Well, I got
whole-
that because
she
has a house and it's from Earth, but
Yeah.
Earth is all messed up because
Right.
of
So she is from the
moon
19
exploded, right?
yeah, and she had an incurable disease, and so she was cryogenically frozen until they could find the cure, just like the bonitis guy in Futurama.
Oh my god!
Which makes me
That's
think
what it is.
Futurama stole that.
I
feel
do.
like-
I think
course they did.
Futurama took it. I think Futurama, it was an homage. And so yeah, then she wakes up and she doesn't have her memories, and she falls in love with the guy that woke her up, but then it turns out that he was doing it just so he could saddle all of his debt on her. And that's the guy in the what is it, the 4th episode? I think it's the 4th episode where she like tries to basically she puts the gun to the guy's balls and says,
That's
"You've
the
got."
fourth
Oh no,
episode, yeah, the 3
or is it the
episodes.
second? Is it the second one?
For the trees?
Yeah, where the people are turning into
That's
trees.
four.
That's the 4th one. Okay, so that's a combination of 2 different episodes from the anime. But anyway, in the anime there's a bioweapon called Monkey Business that doesn't. That's not nearly as cool, but that's what that is. But yeah, so she goes to get the stuff from Matsumoto and then he dies. It's also in the anime. And then yeah, her fake mom is someone who basically has her ident kit and is not giving it to her. But yeah, no, it's I think the backstory is fairly similar, but the live action, I agree with Joseph, is better.
I just I liked her. Like I thought the complaints were stupid, and I don't understand how someone liked her more in the anime and then didn't like her in the live action. Because
I don't see how anyone liked her in the anime from anything other than in eye candy, and I mean eye candy as in I've never actually seen a woman naked, but this is what I imagine it must be like. Eye candy, like I guess when I was like 14, I thought that was, and now I'm just like, this is weird. This is like an AI that doesn't understand what humans look like trying to draw someone. And to be fair, I'm not a big anime person. I love this and all the Ghibli movies, and otherwise I don't really do a lot of anime. I like Attack on Titan. I like Dragon Ball Z, but I mean, generally speaking, the only anime that I love is all the Ghibli movies and this. So maybe I just don't have that. I don't have that desire to see weirdly proportioned women.
Someone needs to watch Trigon.
Oh my god, yes, please.
All right.
We'll see. But
Watch Ergo Proxy too.
there's other anime I liked. I liked Ghost in the Shell. I liked Vampire Hunter D and a few other things. But I'm just not a huge anime person. But my point is she in the anime she has no redeeming qualities. She is just a annoying harpy. And she only in the entire anime does two good things the entire anime. And one of them is in the finale, the very last episode.
I did appreciate in the live action that they brought her ship back.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're in the garage, you see her ship, and then when you find out that the whole thing with her mother was all a role play, she just steals the ship and leaves.
Oh, the red tail? The red tail's awesome.
Red tail's great, yeah.
That was a good scene. She's like, bye guys, I'll just take this.
Yeah. No, she was really funny. I liked her as a character. She had a lot of good jokes.
I just enjoyed her.
And I think and it's ridiculous to be like, oh, she's not hot. She is beautiful. She is beautiful.
She's
she
very
just
attractive woman.
doesn't look like a vinyl figurine you put on your shelf. But
and that's fine.
So sad.
yeah.
Like, I was happy with I didn't know who she was before, but like seeing her in the costume, like I thought they did a great job. Like I have zero complaints about her in this show. As an actress and a character, I mean, now I'm a little curious to see other stuff. I know she's in the Jurassic movies, some of them, the Jurassic Kingdom ones. I don't care about, I guess, but probably smaller.
Yeah, she's in I think she's in all those new Jurassic movies.
She is.
I think.
I was looking up her IMDb while we were talking about her.
But yeah, she was really the one character that I thought they did better in the live action than in the anime. But there were others that I thought were good. I thought John Cho was pretty good as Spike.
He was fine.
A little more funny than cool. I think Spike is a little more cool than funny in the anime. It's a little, they went with a comedian instead of like an action star. And Spike is supposed to be this just like incredible badass. We don't really get to see him be that incredible a badass until the 9th episode?
Yeah, near the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I like John Cho.
The flashback when he's in the syndicate.
Oh, you mean
he kills everyone in the Neptune cartel. Oh, sorry, Phoebe, what?
Is viewing Kimmy's recital and Spike is fighting in the background.
Yeah, but we don't really get to see what we get to see the aftermath. It's just like, it's just a bloodbath. I love it. That's pretty cool.
I was going to say the Spike Spiegel Fearless flashback, which is Spike's backstory, which is essentially just the plot to John Wick. Yeah, that's so great.
It was. And the fight was like something, it was like if, John Wick had a lower budget and less time, is that fight, that Neptune gang fight where he just wipes out the entire Neptune gang.
Good thing that they do an entire hallway fight. Netflix knows that they're still trying to catch up with the Daredevil scene.
Yeah. That's really it. That is what it was. It was just a hallway fight, but with more cuts because you keep going, you're watching it through windows. So it doesn't have to be done all in like one perfect take. But yeah, I thought that John Cho was pretty good. I liked the Mustafa Shakir as Jet Black. That was cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the internet racist got upset that Jet Black is black in this, but who gives a shit what they think? But I imagine that they were furious about the casting. Oh, probably putting an Asian person as Spike also.
Yeah, even though I am pretty sure Spike doesn't have any kind of specific ethnicity to him.
No, Spike and Jet both are of like dubious ethnicity in the anime.
I always thought Jet was always black. That's why I thought it was weird when people were mad that they made him black.
He's light. He is light skinned, but with anime, you kind of never know what that means.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking at a picture. He is like as white as the wall of the room I'm in right now in the anime.
Yeah,
he is extremely white. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance he's supposed to be black
in the anime because they were fantastic.
Who?
Anna and Gren, the club people.
Those are just...
They were one. That was one character. Yeah.
Oh.
that was one character they made into two characters in the anime.
Because
I mean, the anime is one character and they split him into two. And also barely in it. Not important to it at all. Barely in it.
Aww.
I wish they would have made Vicious. I wish they would have cast an Asian person for Vicious.
Yeah, I think that would have been good.
So
To be clear, I think in the anime, Faye is canonically half Asian.
I mean, it makes sense.
I don't think that really matters. I mean, Ed is orange, so
Jesus.
no, not really. Ed's tan with is tan, I guess, but still. I don't care. Like, put more diversity in casting. Who gives a shit if it pisses off racist? It's the only good thing about the Wheel of Time TV series.
Never read the
Just
book.
the thing
but I like
racists hated is that show is fucking terrible. But at least they had a diverse cast, which the books absolutely do not have.
Oh, the first season for that show was the second season I actually really enjoyed.
I've heard the second season was good, but the first season was so horrible. I just haven't brought myself to try to watch the second one yet.
Will there be a third?
Yeah, it's the second season was actually really popular. So
Okay. If it finishes, I'll watch it all.
I'll watch the second season soon because the first season it was so bad. It was like, and that's my favorite series of books, and it hurt how bad it was. But diverse cast, and I always appreciate fuck the racists, put some more diversity in there. But speaking of which, make Vicious Asian. That's a great idea.
I have two ways you could have fixed the vicious situation. Does anybody want to hear what those are?
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
So there's two ways you fix them. One is a better twist. The other one makes more sense because that's what it is. Vicious is very much has a whole backstory thing. You don't make him vicious. You could have had the whole thing where you just say, oh, it's not vicious. It's just like the son of the head of the syndicate. And it would have been perfectly fine. Because that's basically who he is. He's just some asshole who's an asshole who, killed Spike and took his girlfriend. So at the end of the day, that would have worked perfectly.
Yeah, no offense to whoever played Vicious, you're not John Noble's kid.
Yeah. But also that I see what they were doing, but that's also the whole point of like Kerry said too. Vicious is in 5 minutes of the show. You can't sit there and make this whole backstory where he's just a upset fucking crybaby because it ruins the whole character.
And he just
the
part I don't get is how somebody when he came to audition didn't throw him a white wig and said, let's see how he looks with white hair, and went, oh no, not him. Go next.
I am also a live action admin fan, which because there's a couple live action stuff I do like. I am fully on the scale too of like because a lot of things don't work in live action either. If they didn't have to give him a white wig at the end of the day either, they just did that because it's like, oh look, that's Vicious. He's got white hair and a katana. Or you do the other better twist method, which I thought would have been fine too. Is you have the scene where he gets brought in like handcuffs and they kill him, and when they cut his head off, have the real Vicious walk out and reveal that guy was an imposter the whole time.
Yeah, that could have worked too.
Okay.
I mean, I really think what they could have done is just not revealed him until the 9th episode.
Yeah.
You don't have to have this overarching villain plot going on. The anime didn't, and it was great.
But then you have no B plot, no hour-long episodes.
I mean,
Yeah.
Good.
I feel like you could find other ways to make the show long if you need to.
Just make Faye get naked. Everyone would be happy.
God.
Yeah, I mean,
Not wrong.
more of the lesbian Faye and mechanic subplot. I'm cool with that.
Me too.
That's a really good episode too.
So my sister watched this before I did. She watched this when it came out, and she mentioned to me the whole time. She's like, I love this show. I love Faye. And I'm like, I wonder why my sister likes this show so much. And then I got to that episode, and I'm like, oh, that's right. Sister also sapphic. This makes perfect sense.
Did you message her afterwards?
Yeah, I did. She didn't answer me because I know she's fucking pissed off that I told her.
Oh. Hey, nothing wrong with it. We like what we like. I got, nothing wrong with that at all.
I mean, I know how you could have made it longer. Put Ed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put Ed in it. And to be fair, and then give Ein, more screen time too, because everyone loves Ein. Ed doesn't show up until, the 6th or 7th episode of the anime. I mean,
She's a prominent character after.
Yeah, but the anime is also 20-some episodes, so you have more time to flesh things out.
These were hour-long episodes.
Yes, but
So
again,
that almost equals
season
out to
2,
20
baby.
episodes.
Season 2 is coming. It's only been 3 years after they canceled it. It's
That
coming.
almost equals out to 20 episodes.
I know, but it's called. We're gonna save it for the next season. That we
Mike.
promised.
You say this, but one of my favorite shows took 25 years to make a third season.
Oh my god.
Twin Peaks. This isn't Twin Peaks.
No, it's not.
So That's a different. There's no cult following going, bring back Bebop. No, there are people like, fuck you, Bebop. That's what we're getting instead.
You have the cult following, the hardcore fans.
For Twin Peaks, you do. Not for this.
Not for Bebop?
For the anime, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. By the way,
Nobody's
just
cheering this live action on.
I thought you meant for the anime.
No, nobody. This thing got review bombed. This thing got just hated.
They didn't like Faye because she's not happening.
And that was part of. I mean, that was one of the complaints. But people just thought the show was like. Even we didn't even like the show.
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah.
I still say we were too close to the source material. So it was very hard for me for a bit. That's why it took 3 years to finally watch it, because I had to get away from the source material. I love the regular show.
As soon as I ignored the fact that Vicious was awful and paid more attention to the rest of the stuff, it's not bad.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
I started fast forwarding. I just anytime Vicious and Julia were on screen, I fast forwarded until the 7th episode. Made it so much better. It absolutely makes it a better show if you just cut them out of it entirely until the end.
Okay, I really like Julia in this.
They casted her.
Okay.
She's okay, yeah.
I have 2 reasons. One, I ended up finding myself really, really liking that actress, Alina Satine, who I never heard of before. I ended up really liking her, and I like the twist where Julia goes from the damsel in distress, and then as things progress, it turns out, no, she's not a damsel. Like, she's trying to orchestrate the murder of her husband. Like, she becomes a badass as the show progresses, and you get more. And I like that backstory. Yeah, very near the end. But I just thought I really like the actress was just beautiful to me, and I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this. And it was just the way that I do. And redhead.
Speaking of, she's in the newest version of Twin Peaks.
Is she? Yeah, episode. Yeah. She's Rhonda, whoever that is.
She's Rhonda.
2 episodes.
She's in 2 episodes of Twin Peaks.
Oh.
She's got a decent amount of stuff. Nothing I've seen her, and I've never seen her before. I'm looking at her filmography and anything. It was just, I just enjoyed her in this. She's also in Smallville for an episode in season 10.
I thought she was fine. I just didn't like her character until the end. Yeah, I like the twist. Very different from the anime, but I like the twist with her at the end, that she doesn't want to leave, that she's in control. She just wants to be in control, and both these people take her control away. So fuck both of them. I thought that was good.
Her ending was damn good. And you could end it right there. You could just say, hey, she's in charge of Syndicate now, so she's not going to bother with Spike. Like, they moved on, and you just never need to readdress that again.
And this is like a minor thing, but they did it with her and Vicious, and I felt like it has to be on purpose. Why do you have a brightly colored, obvious wig, but then you don't dye the eyebrows?
Yeah.
Not that there
had to be
aren't.
On purpose.
They could have even done fake eyebrows for fucking.
Is it to be? I mean, is it to be striking? It's like to give her like a striking quality. Like, I know that it happened. I dated a girl in college who had brown eyebrows and naturally blonde hair. It can happen, but it's not what you normally see. And it was very, I don't know. It was distracting, and it's not like the anime does that with either of them either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Were they trying to say they dyed their hair then?
And I do like,
but their hair. It was just really obvious wigs on both of them. Also,
oh, I know.
I didn't notice it with Julia, to be honest. So I knew it was Vicious because nobody's that ugly. So
I always tell my kids are really bad wigs.
That's because you watch too much RuPaul.
No, it was even before that. Twilight, awful wigs. Christopher wigs, awful wigs.
Those are wigs?
Those are wigs?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Because she played the Joan Jett character, so she shaved her head and then put a wig on. Sorry. Okay, go.
Okay. I just what I want to say about Julia, but I just like the stuff where just everything with Spike, where Spike's like, I come back to rescue you, when you find out when they finally get to episode 9 where she was with the other guy, he slept with her, then was going to get her out because they were both going to be killed because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Like, it was just, I like stuff like that, but like at the same time, it's like, no, you didn't, and she's like, you forgot about me for all these years. Like, I like that twist when she does shoot him in the end. Like, all that was so good.
She's not wrong.
No, she's like, you didn't come back. He's like, and then Vicious just laughed. Like, yeah, I told him you chose me.
Yeah, but would that stop somebody that thinks his girl's in danger?
It wasn't his girl. That's the best part of this live action.
He was when they were fucking each other and he was gonna leave with her.
Yeah, then she went back to. He thought she went back to her boyfriend. Like,
yeah, I mean, from his perspective, she was the only one who knew that they were meeting under that bridge, and then Vicious shows up and says she betrayed you. You can see why he'd believe it because I get it.
There were a couple of really good parts with her where when she's like, well, I'm taking power now, and then when she shoots him out the window, all that was just so well done. I don't know. It made me appreciate all the stupidity that we had with her earlier on because the payoff was so good. But there's one dumb part, but I liked it when one of the people for the syndicate wants her to sing, which Kerry had brought it up that it was essentially felt like a euphemism for sex. It is stupid, but I don't know. It fit the show somehow. It was dumb, like a lot of the show. So it just kind of fit. Like
Bebop is dumb.
The live action Bebop is, yes. There's a lot of dumbness to it, but
I will say,
funny.
I think her character is done better in the live action than in the anime.
Agreed.
But, well, kind of. In the anime, her character is not really a character. That's the whole thing.
She doesn't really talk a lot either.
Right. She only has a couple of lines of dialogue, and she basically is like, yeah, I shot you. Sorry about that. But, got to move on or whatever. And he's like, all right. And, kind of laughs. And that's about it. She has like a fun interaction with Faye in the anime. And that's it. Otherwise, she's not in it.
That sounds better.
Well, it's better. I think it is better. But I think if you're going to make her an actual character, this character actually had depth and motivations. Whereas the one in the anime, she isn't really a character. She's just like a thing. It's meant to be that way, though. That's the whole point. Is in the anime, she's supposed to be a hint of something from his past.
If you're going with a noir style storytelling, then
right,
the whole implied thing is better.
Which really, I don't think the live action is going for at all. That's another thing. Is the live action, it sometimes feels like it's trying to be the new kind of TV, but that it's still aping. It's paying homage to the anime and borrowing entire plot lines and characters from the anime. But the anime is not a 2024 kind of show, a 2020s kind of show. You know what I mean? So it kind of doesn't fit a lot of the time. That's why the first 3 episodes in particular are bad. Though it's interesting because actually episode 2 and 3 of the live action aren't really based on the anime at all. And they're the worst 2 episodes of the show to me. So
I was going to say, I actually like the first episode a lot.
Yeah, the first episode is just Asteroid Blues from the anime.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Almost beat for beat.
The only big difference is that Faye doesn't show up until the 3rd episode of the anime, and she's in the first episode of live action.
But
Okay.
she's barely there.
Well, yeah, I mean, but she's the one who ruins things. She gets Asimov shot in the first episode. Doesn't she shoot Asimov?
Yeah.
Pretty sure she does, but
yeah, she shoots them, and then they run away in the ship, and then they do from the scene from the anime.
Right, exactly.
Okay, because I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop in forever, so I didn't remember any of that. Because
It's
Yeah.
been
So what
4 or 5
happened
years.
was when the live action came out, I started a rewatch I watched the first 2 episodes of live action, and then I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm just going to watch the anime again. And I watched about the first 12 or 15 episodes of the anime and then didn't finish it. And then when we were doing this, I was like, well, before I watch that live action again, I'm going to finish my rewatch of the anime that I started 3 years ago. And so I jumped back in at episode 16 and watched the last 10 episodes. Then I watched the live action again. And when Mike told me, it's like, oh, we're going to do the live action, I was like, yeah, I remember I watched like half of that. And then I looked. Nope, I watched the first 2 episodes and noped out. I don't think the first episode is that great, but what is good about it is where it's just a straight copy of Asteroid Blues, which is a great first episode of a series.
Yeah. And I do want to talk about, except I think we might have, when I had to step away, about John Cho's Spike Spiegel.
Yeah.
It really grew on me as the show progressed. I think
It
he
did.
captured a good amount of humor for the character. I really enjoyed it. I like John Cho as Spike Spiegel. I mean, because some of the other live action animes that we've watched didn't have, like Hakusho, for example. It's missing the humor that makes Hakusho so good.
really,
It really is. It doesn't have the humor.
There's a couple little snarky comments, but I love Hakusho because of the humor, and they took that out completely.
Oh yeah,
That sounds bad.
awful.
so
I
The
think
wigs are awful in that too. I think it's just a Netflix thing.
It is. Don't worry.
it's a Netflix thing because one thing that I can confirm, which is why the series is getting a 2nd and 3rd season, the live action One Piece, the way they created it is basically Oda, the guy that creates One Piece, went, okay, so you want to make a live action. I get to pick the cast, and I get to pick who it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm also paying for it. So if you guys tell me no, I will no longer fucking pay for the show. And you all guys also have a benefit, which is free in general. you get to say that you are working with the creator of One Piece, and people will watch your show, and that's the exact reason why that show is absolutely perfect.
The Last Airbender is also pretty good in the hair and wig department. One of the few Netflix shows that is doing it right, which is funny because the Zuko is awful, but Iroh is 1-to-1, and there's no way of telling if that's real or not.
I wanted to say one thing real fast. I want to correct myself before people get upset. I forgot about Ballad of Fallen Angels, which is one of the best episodes of the anime. That is where we get the Spike and Vicious fight scene in the church. I was getting that mixed up with Jupiter Jazz, which is where we get Spike's flashback that was basically made into episode 9 of the live action.
So that's obviously like the best scene in the entire series, right? That's even in the opening. That's how much people love that scene, right?
So glad they kept it though.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is it's the best fight scene in the anime, and I felt like the live action was not nearly as well. It just didn't look as good. I don't know. I don't think the action in this is very good. Is the thing. I think I've been spoiled by things like John Wick, where you have stuntmen doing stunts on camera, and it looks really good. And this, you have two not super athletic actors who aren't used to doing a lot of stunts. It looks like, I don't know. It just looks very wooden, and all the fighting
was slow.
All the fighting in all the hand-to-hand fight, the gunfighting in the show wasn't bad, but all the hand-to-hand fighting in the show was so slow and stilted. It just didn't look good to me.
God damn it, Joe.
Yeah.
I have that Funko Pop, Joe, that you posted in the chat.
That's real?
Oh,
yeah, that's real. We own it.
I don't like Funko Pop, and I would love to have that Funko Pop.
Really? I think it's
buy it for me.
I think it's fucking silly. It's like the fucking goofiest thing I've ever seen in my fucking entire life.
I think all Funko Pops look silly and goofy, but I like that one.
Okay.
Into your soul.
Yeah, we have
they're dead eyes, like doll's eyes.
Can't see the chat. It's the Spike and Vicious behind with the church background where they're pointing the gun and sword at each other that Joe posted in the chat. But yeah, we actually have the full Cowboy Bebop set.
Threw away some of my damn boxes.
I threw away one box from that set.
I can't find 2 of them. Then where are they?
Yeah, the other ones.
He was in the phase where he was like, we don't need the boxes, and he literally threw away like a whole garbage bag full of boxes.
No, I did not. I threw away about 4 boxes for missing. 5. Okay, more like maybe 10 tops.
You don't need the boxes. Funko confirmed that the Funko Pops don't lose their collectability if they use the boxes.
Yeah, they don't believe that when you come to people that are buying it from you.
Really?
Freaked out if it's like all damaged.
Oh yeah. I'm in that circle of Funko Pop collectors and stuff, and no, you want a box. I mean, I don't care if the box is that damaged. I just want the box.
Besides, how are you gonna have someone sign Funko Pop without the box?
What's wrong, Phoebe? I feel like we killed you for a second.
Yeah.
There's a circle.
What?
Mike, you're part of a cult.
She's laughing.
What are you talking about?
She's laughing at us because of the Funkos. You said there was a circle of.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah, we are part of a cult, and yeah.
It's
I
okay.
only own 3 Funkos, and I've only bought one of the 3.
Take a picture and send it to them.
Oh, she's seen. As I've said many times on this podcast, I am surrounded by Funko Pops, and I am not
literally.
joking.
Yeah, Funko Pops are our generation's Beanie Babies. It's great.
Yep.
I almost bought a Beanie Baby today, actually, at a toy swap.
He was that obsessed with it.
Of course.
It was a Blue Jay. It was $2. I was tempted to do it, but I didn't have 2 singles.
It doesn't mean anything.
It was cute, Phoebe, and it would have looked nice on my desk.
Okay, if it was cute, then you should have bought it.
The last time you bought a Beanie Baby, you gave it to Aaron.
That wasn't a Beanie Baby. It was a Yoshi.
God.
And he
What was
asked...
the little hound dog?
The little hound dog is right here, baby. It sits right by my office computer every day, and I look at it.
I see hound dog.
By the way,
go ahead.
I'm pretty sure you can say it. Kerry posted the other 2 pictures from the anime and the live action, and it's just so fucking haunting to have the anime right in the middle and have the shitty Funko Pop above it and have the shitty live action down below it.
They can't even get the angle of the shot right.
Because getting the angle of the shot right would require them to have moved the camera at some point. That's my other problem with this show. For most of the show, they don't move the camera. They sit the camera down in one spot and say, all right, do stuff in front of this. All right, now we're going to move the camera to another spot. And they never actually, and I don't know, but in an action type of show, the camera needs to move sometimes.
Not only that,
Turn, pan.
90% of the show, it's at a 45-degree angle. You're not recording Battlefield Earth.
That
I
also,
liked the camera the way it was. I thought it was like going for a theme in this show because it
was,
so
but
weird.
it didn't look good. I agree. They were going for a
liked it
theme.
because they were going for a theme.
I appreciate they were going for a theme. I just don't think it looked good. It makes the action look bad. All right, so there's a scene, gosh, in the third episode, which is one of the ones that's not based on anything. It's one of the ones that's completely its own thing. Not at all from the anime, other than maybe a couple of things here and there. And in that episode, Jet is chasing someone down an alleyway. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, it's not that one. It's one that is directly from the anime. It's the Dark Side Tango, where we find out why Jet lost his arm. It's that episode. And that's in the anime. That's like, that episode's almost exactly in the anime, except the final confrontation takes place on a space station instead of a street. But he's chasing the bad guy down the alleyway, right? And so you have the camera facing the alley from one direction. Here goes the bad guy. Here goes Jet. All right. Now, new camera angle. Here they are in a different alleyway. All right. Now, new camera angle. Here they are at the end. And so there's no feeling we're on this chase. It's like we're watching the chase on closed circuit, security cameras. And that's how they do most of the series. And it takes away any feeling of energy from the action. It makes the action boring and slow.
It doesn't help that half of the sets seem real, but then they'll go to a different shot and it's supposed to be the same scene on the same set. And you go, that's green screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you only make half a set?
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, the set design looks great.
There are some parts where it is clearly green screen and it looks
well, that's what I'm saying. The green screen stuff doesn't. And so it's jarring. Yeah, when it switches from, you got all this, like, it reminds me of a lot of the set design. It really reminds me of the excellent Fallout TV show on Amazon, where everything looks like it was handcrafted for that show. They didn't go and buy some stuff at a thrift shop and throw it into a scene.
That show did not have the right to be as good as it was.
It was so
really
good.
Didn't.
It was
so
super good. But everything was like handcrafted.
10 out of 10.
And in this, every piece of furniture, every little background thing looks like it was handcrafted in a workshop for this show and looks so good. And then it switches to green screen and it looks like garbage in comparison. It doesn't even look like garbage. It looks like, a good student film. It looks like somebody who is pretty damn good with Blender put together the stuff. And I'm like, that's great. But y'all, this is Netflix. Y'all supposed to have Netflix money. Like,
the Netflix money is only for the CEOs, Kerry.
Right?
You can't use that money to make better products.
It's not for production. Are you joking?
Yeah, I was gonna say Netflix talks about how much Netflix money they have, but it's the money that they're making from cutting corners and shit like that. That's why
and canceling shows after one season.
Yes.
And remember, this was around the time when they were actually bleeding money.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They had to up the subscription. They got rid of the DVDs around this time, didn't it?
Yeah, they also just they're getting rid of the lowest one that had ads, the cheapest one.
Of course.
No, I don't think Netflix has, it doesn't affect us, but.
No, because we're grandfathered in. Never cancel Netflix, damn it.
Well, the thing
I've got it with ads and it's annoying.
I can't do ads.
I have Netflix for free.
Each 45-minute episode of this has 3 90-second commercial breaks.
Oh my
For me.
god.
Shit.
3 90-second commercial breaks for every 40. So it ends up being about 48 minutes or 49 minutes.
Hulu was worse.
Hulu's
Smallville
worse.
with Hulu was terrible. We tried watching Smallville on Hulu, and it was just nonstop commercials, and it was ridiculous, and we just stopped watching Smallville.
Yeah, because Hulu's commercials are longer.
Yeah, and they were endless.
And the same commercial over
And the same commercials over and over again.
I watched a 20-minute anime and they had 3 or 4 commercials in a 20-minute.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
all need
20
to
minutes when you were
use
done.
YouTube on the TV because that's the worst one. 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
Then you
Oh,
watch
no,
30
yeah.
seconds of a video, and then it goes to 5 more minutes worth of ads.
And you can't skip them. Yeah, I got a smart TV and I started using it for all my stuff except for YouTube. YouTube I'll only watch through the browser
Yeah,
because it's bad.
I pay for YouTube
Why do you pay for YouTube?
because
He
I'm
doesn't want
stupid. I don't want ads. It's stupid.
I wouldn't say you're stupid. I mean, a lot of people pay for YouTube. I mean, if you use it enough, like if that's your source of TV for a big part, like it can be worth it. I mean, I take YouTube and I cast as my TV sometimes, but I can skip the ads, and so they're usually fine. But if you're someone that's watching YouTube a lot, like, I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Joe, you're a meow wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
Well, okay, so I would say of the things that I like. I mean, the episodes that do you want to talk about the episodes or no?
Sure. Well, we should.
We can.
I mean, we already talked a bit about the first episode. Cowboy Gospel is basically just a reproduction of the first episode of the anime.
I'm not gonna lie, that first episode did really get me really hyped though. But I also believe they probably could have fixed this entire series by just showing that as a pitch and then being like, "Yep, that was live action Cowboy Bebop. Everyone have a good day," and no one would have complained about the whole show. Mainly because I did have my oh my god moment whenever like the girlfriend gets shot and it's revealed she's smuggling the drugs in her fake pregnant belly, and I'm like, oh.
It was like beat for beat that episode.
It was. The only change really was adding Faye, and then they had a whole thing with Vicious at the end because we got to do that.
Oh yeah,
that's a real drug.
Almost every episode.
Wait, what?
Well,
that's a real drug?
Not a real drug in the show.
Oh.
You got Phoebe all excited. She wanted to go murder people and have
do some red eye.
She wanted some red eye.
Want to inject drugs straight into my eye.
It's a mist. It
it's
doesn't
a mist.
matter.
It's a mist.
It's a mist.
Still feel like you'd go blind at some point.
Yeah, you would.
But yeah, I think it's a good first episode, but again, the action is not great, and but it's fine. And then the one after that was the one that Venus Pop and Dog Star Swing, the second and third episodes were the ones that killed it for me. I know what I was going to say. Cowboy Gospel, the opening scene in the casino, I just thought it was ridiculously over the top.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
I wish that had not been in it at all. You didn't need the cold open in the casino.
Tanaka also looks awful.
I had no problem with him.
Who?
Tanaka. I didn't have any problem with his hair. I know Phoebe didn't like his wig.
No, it looks bad.
Didn't notice.
I fell.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just gotten rid of the entire casino scene from the beginning. There was no point to it.
I fell asleep halfway through the first episode. I fell asleep halfway through the third episode.
Yeah, the third episode is Dog Star Swing. So, okay. So second episode is Venus Pop, and that one is I don't even remember this episode.
I don't either. Not by the name. He said, "Well, there's the one with the dog."
It's the Teddy Bomber episode.
Oh, that one's
Do that.
I like that one.
I was waiting for the cowboy. Where's my cowboy?
Man, we don't need that cowboy. That was season 2, baby.
And for people who haven't seen the anime, Teddy Bomber is in the next to last episode.
What?
Oh no, I'm sorry, fourth to last episode. He's in he is in episode 22 of the anime.
It's been a while. I liked the thing with Teddy Bomber in this. I thought that was good. I also never put two and two together. Okay. That's a Unabomber reference.
Yeah.
The Unabomber was Ted Kaczynski, and this came out. The manga comes out in like the late 90s. I think 96, 97 is the manga. He's arrested in 93, 94. I can't remember what year, but I looked it up and that matches that. That would have been culturally relevant, would have been in the news since this guy was on the committing crimes for 20 some years. Like, I was like, never caught that.
To be fair, Japan also has their own string of like bombers and gas attacks and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, I know, like the one that was in the subway with the cultist guy that they did a bunch of gas bombs.
Yeah. And by the way, Ted Kaczynski died last year.
Yeah, he hung himself.
Good, fuck him.
Yeah.
Well, he had it coming, so.
Are we sure he hung himself?
Yes, this case, yes, he wanted to go. Nobody was in. No, he was not anything that people need to cover up. They're like, no, you can. He was like, I'm done with this life. Well, to be fair, he was a man that also never wanted to be captured. Like he wanted to be free, and he didn't want to live in a house because he thought that was being captured. So I'm sure he didn't enjoy a little cell.
And to be fair, he was created by the CIA. So
sure.
No, I'm not joking. I mean, he was a subject of MK Ultra.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. That was the CIA.
Yeah,
I thought it was just an idiot doctor that was doing that. I forgot it was the CIA.
That was our government.
Yeah, it's a government 40-year program to create mind control. 40-year program to create mind control assassins and other things. He was one of their test subjects.
Oh, I didn't know.
I knew about the experiment. I knew they thought that played a part in it, but I didn't realize it was CIA run.
Yeah, no.
That part I didn't know, because I watched a documentary about him recently twice, and it didn't mention it was CIA run, but that makes sense, because the CIA would probably, no, you can leave that part out, guys.
No, I mean, he said it. I mean, it's He was part of MK Ultra. It was declassified in like 2004.
Oh,
So
maybe.
yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
yeah. It was when he was attending Harvard.
Yes.
But anyway, that's off the point. So yeah, Venus Pop is just I don't think it's a good episode. Like Teddy Bomber's fine, but the rest of it's whatever. But the episode after that is just dog shit.
That's the one where they get. Is that the one where they get the dog? Oh yeah, they get Ein.
That is the one where they get Ein. That is the good thing about it. But
I didn't like
That was a dumb episode because in the anime you have it where he went through plastic surgery to look different, not where he's wearing a little device. And
apparently it makes you like.
I mean, yes,
yeah, that too.
it pays off in the end of the show, but I at the same time I'm just like, eh. I mean, there was a funny joke when they're in the bar and there's a guy following a woman and who looks really young and hot, and it turns out she's much older when they disrupt. That was the guy, and yes, that was so funny. When that was worth it. Hey, there was some good stuff in that episode too. That's when you had Betty's Bottom, which I really enjoyed that part.
Yeah, so Dogstar Swing, he has the fight with Hakeem on the rooftop, and I feel like they're trying to like make an homage to Game of Death, where Bruce Lee fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but it just didn't work. It was such a poorly choreographed fight scene where they kept cutting away from it because they couldn't show you that neither of them knows how to fight at all. And it just looks so bad. Say what?
Isn't that what stunt doubles are for?
It is, yes. Or just
do that in this film. Why not? Somebody else.
Well, I mean, they had stunt doubles, I'm sure, but it still just looked so bad, and it's so slow.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't like it. And
in the anime, it's more fast paced, and I realize it's an anime, but still, you could have made that work.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Keanu Reeves makes it work.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's not like a. Yeah. I mean, what he does is he trains for like months.
He did not have the money for that. What are you talking about?
Downloaded into his head.
I know kung fu.
But anyway, the good thing about Dogstar Swing is they get Ein, and Ein is fun. He's cute.
We jumped around a little bit. One thing I want to reveal, because we're probably going to skip over it, and I want to say to it. Jet's family is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Did he have a wife and daughter?
They're dead in the anime.
Oh,
they're dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Other spoiler, Phoebe.
Minor spoiler.
No. I already had that spoiler, but then the wife going, "We can't afford a dog." It's like, bitch, you live in a fucking house.
Yeah,
I don't
but
want to hear this. He's living on a ship that's barely held together.
But he has to pay
it is
taxes
dumb,
on the
but
ship.
the idea is that this is like the future. Dogs are incredibly rare, and you have to have an expensive license to have one. Of course, why? I don't know. Because it's the future, and
What's so interesting is that the first 3 episodes made me hate Jet's family because that stupid doll subplot.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
But then when they have them later on in the show, I'm completely fine with them.
Yeah, it's just that third episode in particular is
Yeah. Then to be fair, though, I kind of if I had to admit that I like his family halfway through, I also have to admit that ending scene where his daughter calls his friend daddy is part of it.
So heartbreaking.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, fuck his family. Then you know what? They don't.
I didn't
the
like
ending of the
that.
last episode sucks.
It's not his.
I will say Chalmers, his former, I guess they were, they weren't partners, but the cop who married his wife.
He's talking about the one who married his wife, not the one that looks like he's from the Batman the Animated Series.
Right. Chalmers is the cop with the giant mustache who married his wife. He is an absolute asshole to him in Dogstar Swing. And then
he like flips the script, and
totally. He's super nice to him the rest of the series when he shows up.
Well, I was gonna say it's in the 5th episode. He shows up and he reveals to Jet that they knew that there was a dirty cop the whole time.
Yeah.
But then the only time after that we see Chalmers is in the recital.
Right, where he's like telling the wife, "Hey, come on, the guy's trying to be of his daughter. Let's be nice to him."
Hey, he's the one who got the flowers. Yeah, of course I'm going to send you the photos. Why wouldn't I send you the photos, buddy?
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
In the 5th episode, he does also let Jet go. Jet is like straight up just murdered someone. And he's like, "Go on, get out of here. We'll cover this."
It was the
So it's
dirty
like-
cop. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're gonna
But-
preview the dirty cop after he died.
So the first 3 episodes, the first episode is all right. The second episode is bad. The third episode's really bad. The fourth episode is okay.
I like it.
I
I
didn't like
kind
the
of liked it.
They changed it that it had nothing to do with sea rats or what.
Yeah,
But
No, they didn't. They said that. They said it was that they're causing the. They said it in the live action.
Oh, I missed that. I must
the
have been.
Ganymede sea. They said
Happy.
the same company is causing the extinction of the Ganymede sea rat as we speak, and everyone just kind of goes, "Okay."
Okay, I wanted them to turn them into monkeys and not trees.
Yeah. So in the anime, the bioweapon is called monkey business, and it causes people to like, I guess, de-evolve.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. And
That
this
makes
it
more
causes them to.
sense.
Yeah, but this one looks cool. They freaking like sprout into plants.
But apparently, you can still reach into their pockets.
Yes.
That was
Right.
dumb, but then
Because it doesn't affect their clothes.
I mean, but then
affect-
she did pull out. It was all sappy. It's supposed to be a reference to cum. Is how I took it.
Yeah,
so.
that's what
Yeah.
I saw was the cum sap, and I was like, oh, okay, do we really need to do this?
Oh, I
Yes,
didn't.
yes,
I
we
didn't
did.
think about that. I was just. I thought it looked neat when they turn into the plants. It's if you play Elden Ring, it's what happens when you get Death Blight in Elden Ring.
Oh
It looks
my
exactly the same.
God,
It's exactly the
Kerry.
same.
Phoebe plays Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I do like the opening of Faye walking in and them being like, "Hey, look, we know this chick," and she's like, "You guys aren't gonna believe it. There's terrorists turning people in the trees. It's fucking nuts." And they're like, "That's not
Uh-huh.
true." And it goes to the TV and says the exact same thing, even the fucking nuts part. And they're just like, "Huh."
I love that Jet's trying to use a coupon on cheesy bread.
That was funny.
Yeah. But
I
what I didn't like about the episode was the terrorists themselves, who were all like calling the head terrorist mommy and all that, and it was a little dumm.
I mean, that's what they do in the anime too.
That's what they do in the anime too. Well, I didn't like it in the anime either.
I don't either, but that's because they were all her. They were all her kids, right?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
That's how I took it.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. It's fine. It's a little silly, but then the rest of the episode is good. And we get to, like Faye like flying the red tail with Ein in her lap is a fun shot. It's like
Yeah,
a
but
fun
that-
little thing.
But that's also something. Is Faye at the beginning when they get Ein hates Ein and thinks he's gross and why would you get a dog? They're disgusting and awful. And then
Well, she wants to eat him.
yeah, and then a couple
She's
episodes
like, "I've
later,
heard they
she's
taste
just like,
great."
oh my god, I've always loved Ein. He's so cute. Oh my god, I love him.
Yeah.
I want
a corgi.
I do too.
And
Yeah,
name mine.
To be fair, in the anime, Faye hates Ein also. So, but because that's in the anime, Faye is hateful and hates everybody. So
But it's just the thing that she changes her entire opinion on Ein from one episode to another, despite the fact that there's no development between her and Ein, or Ein in general.
Phoebe, I have a question. Have you met a dog before?
Yeah, many. And normally I don't
Then
like
you
them,
know
but I saw
they just
Ein
can
and
do
I
that
went,
to you.
That fluffy butt needs to survive.
They
So
just
when
do
they
that
took
to
him-
you.
Shit, I hated it.
Same thing with cats. Like, this story might, like, imagine having a cat outside that just came up to you one day and all of a sudden you love him, even though you didn't know him, that you liked him before.
Hey,
Happens.
it's almost like that happened.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll take it. Just the fact that like she didn't like him, but then when she spent a minute with him, she's like, "Oh, okay, you're cute."
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
she still dumps him. They still dump him.
Well, hey, when his eyes light up like a giant saucer
I
and
didn't like.
projected that,
We're
get
not on episode 8 yet.
yeah,
that's fine.
but
I get it. I'll
but
take it.
I did like when.
Yeah.
So anyway, when Faye, basically like sacrifices herself to save them at the end, and then she wakes up on the couch and Spike is taking care of her, and he's like, "Welcome to the Bebop." I thought that was cool, and it's a reversal what happens at the end of Jupiter Jazz, where Spike wakes up and Faye's been taking care of him.
Oh, Julie, I mean, has she really been taking care of him? I feel like
In the
it didn't
anime?
show it. Yeah.
Oh, well,
She
I don't know.
sits there she's sitting there when he wakes up.
She's sitting there with him anyway, and he wakes up, and then he says something mean to her, and she hits him and stomps off. He like criticizes the soup she made or something, says it
I
tastes
think it
good.
was her singing. You have
Oh, that's what it was. He says your singing was off key. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
To be fair, every single woman would react that way, punch him and walk away.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
I have
But-
fair,
Unbelievable.
vision of
I like
that.
this. I like this better. Is my point. Him, looking after her and saying, "Hey, you know what? You're not so bad." He doesn't say it that way, but he is essentially saying, "You're part of our crew now."
Oh, there were a lot of clips that also got cut from the show that not cut, but I mean like people posted as memes on the internet. And I think my favorite one, a lot of the stuff, goofy shit that comes from the show is really funny. I have to admit as well. I still think one of the funnier scenes is like, oh yeah, they had a bidet in the bathroom. I'm gonna get one for the ship, maybe two bidets, one for each foot. You wash your ass with that, right? And he's like, what?
That was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Why do you need two potatoes?
Her line, what episode is it? Is it Dark Side Tango, where she and Spike spend the whole episode like
Yes.
hanging out?
That's
She tells her about, he's talking about how there's no hot water and
Shower, bath, shower.
she's like, oh, that's my bad. I took a really long shower, bath, shower. And she explains shower, bath, shower. And then later he's like, hey, shower, bath, shower, life changing.
Now tell me about loofahs. And she goes, you want them on with a stick? And he's like, oh.
Yeah, it's fun. I like that whole.
That's just a good episode too. Because
Yeah, that's the first episode where I said, oh, you know what, this show actually might be pretty good.
Yeah.
The fifth episode, Dark Side Tango,
because there's so much of just them bonding and like how he doesn't want to go. Like, they're watching the TV show, which you only get twice in the show, which I'm happy that they did it.
I'm happy they did it.
Because it was great seeing the two cowboys.
Hot shot.
We're canceled, and then she starts cussing. I wanted that scene.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Punch and Judy. Yeah,
That's season 2, baby.
Where they get canceled.
I'm sure the show would have had a second season that wrapped up with the movie and ended everything.
They're in the last episode. Punch and Judy are in the last episode, no longer on television.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, Punch actually is like hugging his mom. Oh, no. I'm talking about the anime. Sorry.
The anime.
Yeah.
That sounds like...
That's in the anime. Never mind.
Oh, but speaking of the anime, they did bring back the three old guys are in one episode of this show.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're in the first episode, right?
The first, yeah.
Yeah.
I love those old guys. I was sad they were only an episode.
Yeah. But Black Dog Serenade is one of the best episodes of the anime, I think, and that's Dark Side Tango is just Black Dog Serenade, which is Jet and his old partner tracking down Uday Taxum, and then it turns out his partner was actually the dirty cop all along. And it's really cool, and we get to see why Jet lost his arm. I thought it was really well done.
I like that episode too.
Yeah.
The stuff with Jet was good, and I thought, for some reason, all I could think of that partner was Harvey Bullock from the Batman animated show? That's all I saw.
Okay, so you saw it too.
Yes.
It definitely was a Bullock-like, for sure. It is definitely a Bullock-like, but I think it's a Bullock-like in the anime, too. Like, I think it is supposed to be.
I can definitely see it.
But yeah, so the fifth episode, things really come together. The sixth episode is basically it's the jamming with Edward is it Toys in the Attic I'm thinking of? Oh, no, Brain Scratch from the anime.
Scratch, yep.
Brain Scratch.
That's a good anime episode. I feel like this did it better, and this made it connect with the B plot, and it all made sense.
Yes.
Yeah, this was
a
really good one, too.
Agreed. Yeah. I think the anime did it better. I like how when Spike is in the simulation and the simulation starts to break down, that everything gets like this like 2D look to it.
Yeah.
It was like a really cool look. Like it's like a try to think of what
darkly.
Yeah, it's like a Scanner Darkly. Exactly. Yeah. Rotoscoping. That's what it is. It starts to get a rotoscoped look to it. It's very cool. I like this episode a lot. This is the episode with the lesbian mechanic.
Yeah, so
we get
a bobby pin can pierce like bulletproof glass.
With a railgun.
With a railgun.
Yeah. I love how everyone keeps telling her that the railgun's a scam and she refuses to believe it. And then at the end of the episode, it works.
With a bobby pin.
With a bobby.
Yeah.
Hey, it wouldn't be that bad if you. Bobby pins are. I don't know how easy they are to get in this environment, but if you have them, like
to make.
Yeah, then you have ammo, and that gun looks powerful. Just
sewing needles would be terrifying.
Same. Okay, you are right, but I guess the railgun takes a few seconds to fire, right? That's the issue with it.
Well, the issue is you like have to load one little thing at a time.
Yeah, when she asks, I think Spike at one point, she's like, "Why does everyone keep fucking telling me a railgun's a bad idea?" And he's like, "Good luck finding some kind of ammo that's going to fit in the chamber." And she goes, "Oh, that makes sense." Yeah,
and he says, "And she goes, this will shoot straight through a person." He's like, "Yeah, that's not really very useful for a bounty hunter. Like, you're supposed to be taking people in alive." That's kind of a theme of the show. They keep killing. You wonder how they ever have any money because they kill every bounty they're supposed to take in.
They only
that not in the anime?
That's in the anime.
That's in the anime too. It's kind of a running gag. That's a running gag of the anime. And the movie, the TV show, I think did a really good job of tying it into the last episode where, Jet says, whenever he and Spike break up at the end of the live action, he says, "Death follows you like a cloud." If you go back to the very first episode, Jet is complaining about Spike killing people. He's like, "We're supposed to be like that's what happens in the casino." It's like, "We're supposed to take this guy alive. Instead, you killed like 30 people and blew a hole in the casino."
Well, for my defense, you killed that one guy.
Yeah. And so if you take the humor out of it, you realize Spike is a mass murderer in the show.
Yes.
He kills easily like 80 or 90 people in the show. Like, it is more prolific than any serial killer in history.
He even killed a kid.
He's a bounty hunter, so that's okay. And they're bad guys, so that's okay.
But those bounty hunters are not supposed to kill people. They don't get paid if they kill people. It's all...
No, isn't there... What guy is it that... Oh, no, Hakeem is the one that they're about to arrest, and then the police just shoot him in the head and go... Oh,
right, so yeah,
sorry.
somebody always kills them. Yeah, it's not... Or they kill themselves, or they blow up, or the monkey businesswoman gets blown up by her daughter, or whatever. It's always something like that. But the point is that you never actually see them turn in one single bounty the entire series.
I think
The
I think my
one
other
in the first episode, but they had to pay for all the damages.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
Everybody else.
Yeah, and in the anime, in the show, there's a thing where like a prison ship. Oh, it was the fourth episode. It was the fifth episode. And the anime that happens, and they do keep catching them and turning them in one after another, but they can't get the big one they're going after, is what it was.
I need to watch this anime.
They
again.
keep going for the big fish and then catching the little ones in the anime. But
This sounds awesome.
I do think my favorite part of it though was them arguing over what bounty to get. And there's like, what is it? There's a guy that eats people, and they're like, we're not. And Spike's like, I'm not fucking with that guy. And Faye's like, but come on, look how much money he's worth. And then they reveal he's like killed like 6 other bounty hunters
today.
Today.
They're like, we're not offering a bounty anymore.
We're no longer offering a bounty for that one. It's too much.
The ISSP sniper squad is taking him out.
Yeah, I love that. But yeah, the 6th episode, so the 5th episode's great, then the 6th episode is great, and then the 7th is so good.
Oh, I want to talk about 6 again real quick.
Oh, 6, okay, yeah.
Just the stuff where he's in that VR world, like, you get more, the beat plot actually makes sense, where he's like, Julia, she's like, I love you, I want, run away with you, and Vicious is hunting you, and for the first second you think it's real until you go, this ain't real. I mean, when she got shot in the head, I'm like, well, this could be real, because this happened in the anime.
Then it happens all.
But then you start then you realize it's all a loop. But that was really fun.
Yeah, I think the 6th episode is really, really good. The 7th one is the one with Faye's mom.
Okay, that's another really good one.
And I love that actress playing her mom. Is so funny.
She did a great job.
Which is not really her mom, but it's her name's Whitney Haggis Matsumoto, played by Christine Dunford.
I do too. I mean, I prefer this version of it to what we had in the anime, actually. This is another part where they did it better. Again, there's some good things in this live action.
Yeah, and that Christine Dunford, she's in something else I've seen, but I don't know.
I'm looking at her right now because she seems so
She looks familiar, but I can't place her.
Oh, she's in The Purge TV series. No, the TV series. Never mind. I was like, who's she in The Purge? But no, I don't see anything that she's been in that I've seen, so I don't know. But she's good. Oh, okay. No. Never mind. I keep being like, oh, she's in this show. I've seen that show. Wait, no, she is in one episode. Okay, not that then. I don't know. She actually does a lot of voice work. She's in like Warhammer 40K video games, and Lord of the Rings, Horizon Forbidden West,
Star Wars Resistance,
EverQuest 2.
That's Resistance is the animated show that takes place
after Rebels.
After the good movies and before the newest trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
Never watched it. I didn't like. I tried once, saw the animation, went, I'm good, and that was as far as I got.
Go ahead.
This is amazing. I thought the Iron Mink looked familiar. He's the lead vocalist, bassist, pianist, and songwriter for the All American Rejects.
What?
What the fuck?
He's also an actor. Looks like
that's funny.
A deep cut.
Tyson Ritter.
He plays Jesus on Preacher.
Oh, he plays the mentally challenged Jesus on Preacher. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to watch Preacher.
Yeah, it's in the last season of Preacher, I think.
They in order to keep the Jesus bloodline pure, they pretty much just clone him over and over and over again, so he's a half Cyclops child.
Was it cloning or just inbreeding?
But it's like incest. Yeah,
it's 2,000 years of inbreeding, so he's just mentally handicapped, like hunchback is Jesus, and
they call him Humperdoo.
I want to read that comic. I really do.
I think it's a situation like The Boys where the live action is better than the comic, but I might be wrong.
That's what
So
I've heard.
it is
I
because
haven't read the
Garth
comic.
Ennis does not know how to chill.
No, yeah, because I know like the comic of The Boys is fucking terrible, and I can't see how it ever got adapted into such a great show because it's garbage.
Because they took out half the plot line.
Oh, they didn't have Starlight get gang raped by the entire Seven in the first episode? Okay,
the
cool.
entire plot twist of who Black Noir is not even in the show. They changed Black Noir completely.
Yeah, probably for the best.
I read one issue of The Boys, and I was like, I'm good, as far as it went.
Yeah.
And that show
Remember,
came out, like,
Mother's
I'll read the
Milk
comic.
used to be an immortal character who drank his mother's actual milk to keep himself immortal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's why it's
Welcome
called
to
that.
The Boys.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Anyway, the Preacher TV show is really good. I have not read the comic. It could also be good.
Ken had said, watch the show, don't read the comic, so there's something close to that. Maybe
That's what I would tell you about The Boys as well.
I can't watch the show either.
Probably Invincible, but I don't know about that. But
Invincible's supposed to be
is
really
good.
good.
The
is
comic,
it? Okay.
I read 6 issues of the comic. I read maybe like 12, 14. I really liked it. Yeah, and that was the
Okay,
animated
good.
show.
Oh,
And the
that's good
season
to know.
1 was great.
That's good to know. Oh, the series I love.
I haven't watched season 2 yet.
The newest, season 2 was better than season 1.
It's fantastic.
Did it finish? I was waiting for it to finish before I
Yeah,
started.
Yeah, it's only 8 episodes.
Finished a few months ago.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So we got, and then episode 7 is got a little hustle.
8 is Pierre LeFou.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
I was hit or miss. The whole dog thing was kind of silly to me. Is he the same character in the anime?
Yeah. I know there is Pierre LeFou in the anime.
But I mean, like, I kind of just figured from what little I've seen of the anime that he was just a psychotic.
It's
clown
one of the
and
last.
not,
It's the 20th
a hitman
episode.
hired
He's
by
in the
Bishop.
he's in the 20th episode of the anime, which is named after him. He has a force field in the anime, just like in that. Oh, he's afraid of cats in the anime.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't know if he's always afraid of cats, but I know that's how he's about to kill Spike, and then a cat scares him.
I liked it in here where it's Ein, but he's also like associated with the dogs. That was another really good episode in here in the live action. I was surprised
Yeah.
they pulled it off. I mean, at first, like, he isn't the clown, and Tiff was like, "Oh, that's the clown guy." I'm like, and then I didn't remember what she was talking about. Then we finally get the clown outfit. I'm like, okay, now I remember.
He
Yeah,
decides to
recognize
quote
them.
Blade Runner.
What about Blade Runner?
He quotes Blade Runner.
He did. Okay.
The whole when he's dressed up as a clown, he's saying, like Tears in the Rain.
Oh, really? I
I
didn't.
did not catch that.
I think I fell
That is
asleep.
Roy's final speech.
Yeah, it's
The
Roy
Rains of
Batty's final
Kashmir.
speech. Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't catch
Wow,
it.
they can't even write their own dialogue.
I mean, they are quoting something that's famous, so I'll take it. But yeah, except technically, Blade Runner took place a couple years ago in our world. It was like 20. It was like 20 something. 2022.
Was it 17?
I don't remember. It might have been 2017.
Covered it.
I don't remember what year it's supposed to take place in. Okay, and that was a good episode, and it did. And again, it links with the B plot. It links with Vicious and gives you more that Vicious hired him to kill. Like, it works. And I think you also have this is when you have the stupid stuff with the 3 part of the Vicious and the 2 other people in the syndicate, how they're gonna work together to kill the elders. You have the dumb guy who's like, he pruned people's balls off.
Oh yeah, Mao and the eunuch.
That was dumb. I didn't mind Mao, whatever, Mao, but I didn't like the
Meow?
eunuch thing.
Yeah, me either.
I just thought it was stupid. I mean, it has a good payoff. And then you get to Blue Crow Waltz. This is a good fucking episode.
Yes. Yeah. So to me, it was the 9th episode was maybe the best episode of the series to me.
I liked it.
I don't know. Having the episode start off about Vicious talking about how he likes having his balls shaved and wasn't a very good highlight of that.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
One thing
Hey,
that
Joe, maybe
yeah.
he was just having a podcast promotion going on at that time. That's all.
He's about to
The
start
Dollar
trying to
Shave
sell
Club, Dr.
Yeah.
Squatch.
I do at least because these 2 kind of episodes kind of blend together, so I remember a lot of them. I do like that the backstory of revealing that Spike is like an orphan and that him and Vicious were raised together, and I feel like that actually does carry like a little bit more weight with it. But like I said, it shouldn't have been Vicious. It should have just been some character they made for the fucking TV show.
Agreed. It would have been better.
Well, so I'll say this was the first episode where I liked Vicious, where I thought he was an interesting character, where I thought the actor was doing a good job, mostly.
Am I the only person who hated this episode?
What'd you hate about the episode?
I just didn't like that there was a whole episode about their past. It felt like them having these mysterious pasts would have worked a lot better.
Yes, and that's the point of the anime is that you don't know any of this. None of this is in it. Yeah.
It is definitely where it deviates the most from the anime. That's true. Yeah. The anime does have a flashback, but not like this. We really don't get this much backstory, even remotely this much backstory. But I thought that in the context of this series, it worked really well, personally. Major difference being when, he gets gunned down by Vicious and his cronies. In the anime, it's not Vicious that does that. But still, I thought it was cool. And then, other major difference being Vicious is not related to the head of the syndicate or anything like that.
I mean, it was okay. I would prefer what the anime does when it comes to Vicious, but
I was
okay
agreed
with it here.
I just think in the context of what the show's been doing up to this point, it was a cool way to do it. I like the idea that, Vicious is this like privileged, prince who just is unhinged and keeps causing problems, and that Spike is supposed to be like keeping him in check, and then finally is ordered to kill him, and Spike is too loyal to kill Vicious, but still disloyal enough to be fucking his girlfriend behind his back. But I get that. I get that.
It's also understandable because there's really a good moment where she tells Vicious, he's like, what's the moment, like, what happened between us? And it, a la Simpsons joke, you can actually see the moment where it is, where everything's fine, Spike's cool with being a friend, it's whatever. They have their moment with dancing, but he's kind of like, well, it's whatever. But the moment where, like, they're driving and he just runs a dude over just to, like, beat him to death is where she draws the line. It's like, yeah, that actually makes sense, though.
Yeah, it does. And she is, like, incredibly beautiful. And so I can see being tempted. Being like, my best friend is kind of a horrible, violent asshole and doesn't treat this woman well. I've been in love with her just as long as him. Yeah, definitely can't do it out in the open because he's a murderous asshole.
She's a great singer. If only it matched the tone and the beat of the music that she was supposed to be singing to.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I fast forwarded through her singing scene.
Her voice is great. She only knows 5 words.
I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it.
Her voice is fine. The beginning of that song sucks. The middle part's great, and then when they repeat the beginning part, it sucks again.
Yeah, it started, and I was like, I don't want to listen to this. How long is this? And I flipped through. I was like, man, this is long. And I skipped through it until I saw them applauding. I'm like, all right, cool. I get the idea. She sang really well. They applauded. They both fell in love with her instantly. Vicious is going to get her first. Got it.
But is her singing enough to be like, I'll do it if Julia sings for me? Is it really that good?
I mean, it was just because they knew it was something that he didn't like, and they were just trying to piss him off. That's all it was.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't have cared either.
I think
let's do this.
I could extrapolate that he doesn't like her performing for other people. He wants her all to himself.
Yeah.
It's almost, I think they're treating the singing like sex. And this is that kind of classic thing of like falling in love with a prostitute, like the mob guy falling in love with a prostitute and then becoming insanely jealous over it.
Coming up.
But a prostitute knows more than one trick. She should know more than one song.
Yes. Well, that's called good writing, Phoebe. The show is,
You're not wrong.
But still, I did like the 9th episode a lot. I liked them showing, because in the anime they say that Spike was in the syndicate.
And Jet knows in the anime, right?
Yes. Pretty sure.
I didn't like that.
I don't think they ever say. It's the thing. I don't think the entire series up until the final episode is just that when it implies that Jet knows, because God, what is his name? Lin, I think. The guy whose twin brother. In the anime, in the live action, it was a male and female, but they're supposed to be twins.
From what I heard, from what Google told me,
Shin and Lin, I think, is what their names are.
Jet Black from Cowboy Bebop doesn't know that Spike Spiegel was a hitman for the Syndicate.
Okay.
Anime?
In the anime.
I hope so.
All right. You know how Vicious throughout most of the series, he has these two, an Asian woman and an Asian man that look very similar to each other?
Yeah.
Those are supposed to be twins. In the anime, they are both men and they're identical twins. And their name's Shin and Lin.
I could see them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's fine to change a woman to a woman. My point is that Shin and Lin, in the live action, Shin and Lin are bad guys. They're with Vicious the whole time, blah, blah. In the anime, Lynn betrays the syndicate to help Spike rescue Vicious when Vicious is being held prisoner.
Huh.
So, and when Lynn does that, he does it in front of Jet, and Jet doesn't say shit. So to me, that implies that Jet already knows about Spike's past in the syndicate. Because it's in the next last episode. It's in the what is it? The Real Folk Blues Part 1. They get in a gunfight in a bar. Jet gets shot in the leg real bad. Lynn comes over and helps them and rescues them and tells them, Vicious needs your help. You need to help. You need to help us. We need the syndicate's going to kill Vicious. He needs your help. You owe him, basically. And Spike's like, yeah, you're right, basically. So they changed it in the live action, but they kept those characters. I thought that was interesting. But anyway.
Major characters.
Say what?
They really weren't major character in either one.
No. The only time I remember Lynn is in that episode.
I think that's all you have.
I think that's all you have.
Yeah. But my point is I don't think, I think Jet, I feel like the anime at least implies that Jet knows, but it never says it one way or the other.
I got the impression that he knew. There's some other episodes where, well, he did say something in the anime about, I thought we were staying away from the syndicate, and I assumed it was because he knew.
Yeah, well, he says that they said that in the live action also.
Yeah, they say it, except it doesn't have that vibe where you think Jet knows, but in the anime it does. So I don't know how they did it different.
Yeah, I don't know.
One had good writing.
But I do like the idea of Jet finding out that he's in the syndicate at the end and being super upset about it.
Yeah, me too.
It's just the difference is in the anime, I think, didn't the syndicate kill Jet's family?
Yeah.
I mean, I might be misremembering, but I thought that's why Jet's family is dead in the anime, is the syndicate killed them. And again, I think this show would be better if Jet's family was dead. I don't like his daughter being in it. And rather than have him get upset that his daughter's been kidnapped, just have him be upset that the people that Spike works for, the people used to work for the people that killed his family. That would have worked fine too.
Yeah, I didn't like that the daughter got kidnapped, and of course everyone's furious. Jet, it's all your fault. And I mean,
yeah, but I did like how it went. I liked that, we think Jet's going to turn Spike in, but then at the last second, it turns out they must have made a plan on the car ride up there.
Well, he says it earlier. I forgot who he tells. I think he's telling Faye maybe or no, he's telling the weird woman that he gets tips from and stuff, where she's like, Spike doesn't have any history either, and he's like, the guy saved my life for no reason. I don't need an explanation for him. And I wish they kind of could have kept that too, because at the end of the day, it is a weird thing where it's like, look, he didn't want to tell you because he doesn't want anyone to know he's part of it, because if someone finds out, then they'll know and things like that.
And he puts you all in danger.
Yeah, it's in the Pierre LaFleur episode of the live action. It happens at the end of the episode.
So getting mad at him over it kind of defeats the purpose too, and I feel like that's kind of also ham-handed as well, because technically at the end of the day, if we did it a second season, I don't know how they would write their way out of that situation.
Oh, I have that open. Don't you worry.
I think they come together to fight the Butterfly Man, and Spike saves Jet saves Spike. Faye saves them both, and they're all back together.
Okay.
Only now there's Ed also.
And it would have been a whole nother, they would have stretched that out, and that would have been the B plot.
Which I have to say, in the anime, Ed's mania is funny. The 30 seconds we got of Ed in this, I was like, oh god, I don't think I could handle entire episodes of this.
That was awful.
It's too much. It's too much. In an actual human being, it's just too much.
I also
how I felt about Ed in the live action. I mean, she looked pretty close to that.
Yeah, she looked about right. I mean, the only thing is that's another thing is in the anime, I feel like it's clear that she's a girl from the beginning, but the rest of the crew all assume she's a boy.
I don't know. I don't remember if I...
They do. In the anime, they all think she's a boy at first.
I know, but I don't remember if I thought she was a girl.
Oh, yeah.
How old is Ed supposed to be?
12.
Okay, that woman looked 30.
That's because the woman probably was 30.
Yeah, I will also I think that was the final nail in the coffin too, because that obviously all people were kind of iffy on the trailers, whenever the show came out. I do remember when the series did come out, people were like, that is fucking awful. Feel bad for the actor because she probably did exactly what she was directed to do. And I agree with Kerry. Like you can put it in anime as a cute kid, it's adorable. Put it on as like an actual physical person, I'm gonna shoot myself in the head.
The actress playing Ed is 14.
Oh, okay.
Was
Y'all are
14.
assholes.
Apparently we are, yes.
All of you. Because I didn't think she looked dirty, so.
I only saw her for a brief second while I was editing while watching this. And
Are
then she
we
was
sure
gone.
this? Oh, you.
No,
say
I didn't.
this-
I didn't think she looked all that old. I just thought she was like too. She was exactly like she was in the anime, but somehow in live action that was way more annoying.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
that's
how they
fair.
Got like the wiggly long limbs. Like she had the long limbs, like Ed did in the anime, and I'm like, ooh, I gave him kudos for that.
They hired a kid.
To find a person. Not all kids' limbs are long.
No, but that's more of a kid thing than
I
someone
guess
older.
I guess
Plus,
so.
plus you're already having a bad time with this show. I'll admit, like the show is already pushing buttons, and all the actors are giving their A game, and then you have like what is essentially a character that's still spot on, still be really annoying. It's kind of gonna ruin like the entirety of the show.
There is a line in the last episode that I really, really like when Julia confronts Vicious near the end, and she's like, "What kind of man knows that his woman slept with his best friend and still stays with her? What kind of piece of shit are you?" I'm just like, man, I love that. Where she's like, "I know I'm gonna be killed, so I'm just gonna piss you off before I get murdered."
Yeah.
Also a
I
big
like
fan of
the-
the revolver bit.
I like the part
Yeah.
where she's in with Vicious and she plays like the one-sided Russian roulette. And then it
Yeah.
doesn't shoot the gun and she's like, well, we'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna be that long before she just kills somebody.
Well,
It's not gonna
yeah.
keep around forever.
Yeah, but I think really they're setting up that he's going to escape in the second season.
Oh,
He's going to escape, and then is he going to team up with Spike to take down the syndicate?
I have some answers
Uh,
about that, actually.
Say what?
I said I actually do have some answers about that.
Ooh, go ahead.
Okay.
So in the Bebop Beat podcast, the showrunner discussed what would have happened if they had received a second season.
Oh.
They would have revealed who the cosmonaut was, which I just assumed it was supposed to be one of the first Russian astronauts because she kind of does look like Faye's actress.
Well, I thought the cosmonaut was the guy that you fight in the underground part. That he's part of the Fury. He's the Fury.
Ha 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 ha.
What?
Metal Gear Solid 3 joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
I had. Sorry. Phoebe.
Ed would have found the true meaning of family. I cannot believe I'm reading this. Jet's mechanical arm would have tripped out. While Jet is tripping out, his arm is unusable and plays the saxophone with one hand.
What the hell?
I
Like
would
no.
kill
Stevens
to
of the
see
Blue
that.
Crow Massacre being put to bed. Faye Valentine finding out who she is. Julia discovering that Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Vicious being reborn, whatever the hell that is. And Ein saving the day. Ein would have done something in the second season.
I feel like the showrunner is just talking out of his ass at this point.
Same.
Probably.
So you
I
know
don't
what
think
that,
he knew.
do you know what that tells me? Does anyone else can guess what that tells me?
What?
We would have had a different ending in the anime.
Well, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We had the ending of the show right here, so of course it would have been different.
Yeah.
It's
So,
also such a sad ending where Jet's like, "Fuck you, Spike." Faye leaves, and Jet just is drunk off his ass, falls in a gutter, and then Ed's like, "We gotta go save the
Spike-
butterfly."
or
We
Spike
gotta go.
You said
Yeah.
Jet.
Oh, sorry,
It's
Spike.
Yeah, I was like,
It's like Jet's not drunk. He's just broke
Upset.
his leg.
But it was
It-
just like, it was just so sad. Spike's kid, like, "Daddy" to the stepdad. Like, I'm just like, this is just a terrible ending. My God, I am.
That's it. You're cut off.
I get what you
That's
mean.
all we got.
I get what you mean.
No
Yeah,
more water,
I
I guess, for me.
understand.
That's what I'm drinking right now. I'm not even
understand.
drinking liquor.
Are you sure I spiked it?
Mm. I would
Yeah,
be
I
more
think
reasonable
the
why an
ending-
hour and a half I
ending
can't
to the
talk
anime
straight.
ending to the anime is definitely better.
But then
I'm not
Faye's
surprised.
pretty
Him falling out of the stained glass window while it's playing Greenbird. That is in the 5th episode of the anime, and I'm not surprised they saved it to the very end of the series. But I think they should have cut to credits while he was falling out of the window.
Same.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do a cliffhanger with every character.
Right. Exactly. They should have ended it with Spike falling out the window, and we don't know if he lives or dies.
Yeah, it's just like the
I would've
anime.
been fine with that.
Yeah. In the anime, he's not falling out the window at the end, but yeah, he's the anime, we don't know if Spike lived or died, which is the way it's supposed to be. Now, I've not seen the anime movie. Is it taking place after the series or during
It's
it?
during the
Episode
series.
It's during it.
25, right before
Like
the
it's
finale.
just like the series. It's just some random story about them chasing a person and
Just full feature length instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really need to see it. It looks good.
I'll give you an
It's good.
excuse too soon, by the way. So,
Right.
well,
It's gotta
got
be.
me to want to do
It's
it.
gotta be before Hard Luck Woman, though.
I can't remember. I read where
People have
Yeah.
figured out where they think it fits in, but no, we'll do the movie soon because I
Okay,
need
because
something good
Hard Luck Woman is the episode where Ed leaves the
It's in
series.
it's in the 20s episodes.
Okay, so yeah, it's probably like around Brain Scratch or Boogie Woogie.
yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Boogie Woogie.
Boogie Woogie Feng Shui is the second Jet Black.
That was
Back
a
on it.
weird episode.
No, it's the third. It's the third. Oh, I was wrong. Jet has 3 background episodes.
So I'm
And
not
that's
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I remember like 3 episodes from Cowboy Bebop besides the ending.
That's okay. I mean, I'm sitting here with the 26 episode list with in front of me on the wiki. Is why I'm remembering all the
I
titles.
was like, well, you got a way good memory.
No. I'm flipping through and I'm like seeing it with like a little caption. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. Boogie Woogie Feng Shui. That's the one with the little girl at the grave.
Yeah, that was weird.
I remember the episode where there's the thing running around the ship because they left seafood in the fridge.
That's a good
That's the
episode.
best
Toys in
episode.
Toys in the attic. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the It's similar to the Firefly episode, Out of Gas,
That episode is fantastic.
which is the best episode of the series. And then I think Toys in the Attic is one of the better episodes. Not my favorite, but it's good.
And the episode where they're going after a kid who's immortal.
What?
Kid that's immortal. I don't.
There's a
remember
kid.
that
There's a kid that's immortal. They reveal
Yeah.
that he survived from like a
In the
meteor
anime.
crash. Yeah, the anime. Yeah, and they put a bullet. They want him to get it wear a ring. So Spike puts the ring in a bullet, and he shoots the kid because the kid thinks that bullets also hurt the kid either. And when the bullet hits him, his face changes and he turns into like a 100-year-old man. And he goes, "Thank you." And he turns to dust, and Spike's like, "Huh?" And then that's how the episode ends.
And no bounty again.
Yeah, no bounty again.
He killed them.
God, that's a good freaking anime. I want to watch the anime
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
It
no
is.
one wants the anime
So
now.
good.
Let's do it.
We will. After
Next.
Spook, I'm thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
Same crew. Let's do it.
Yeah, anything else you guys want to say?
No,
I
I
can think
think
of.
we said it.
Hello.
All right, let's go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Tiffany, since you're annoying me, why don't you go first?
Oh, I think it's gonna be Shelf. I mean, it wasn't awful, but it was okay. It had its moments after you get past like the first 4 episodes. And I kind of like the little change of the characters they did, except for Vicious. But besides that, it'll go on the...
Okay, well, I'll go next. I'm also going to put this in the stack, too. I at first, I hated it, but then I liked it more, and I still enjoy this. I enjoyed it. I'll never watch it again, but I don't hate it, so it's going to go in the stack. It was fine. And Kerry.
Yeah, same stack. I hated the first few episodes. I liked it more and more as I watched it, but I can't see going back to it ever again for any reason. If I ever have a hankering for Cowboy Bebop, it'll be to watch the anime. So it's I think it's a good show and everyone should watch it. I think it's a good show overall, but no, I'm good.
And Joe.
Also, Stack. I had a pretty decent time with it. I'll admit, I'm at least glad you got me on to watch it so I can finally knock it off my book. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it also was not as good as my sister told me it was. But
Well, your sister liked a certain scene, I think, is why.
oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things behind what my sister likes. I know exactly what her taste in medicine is. But yeah, I had a pretty okay time with it, and I agree with Kerry. Like the first 3 episodes, the first episode's pretty good, but those other 2 are pretty So yeah, it's a good stack.
Okay. And Phoebe.
5 stacks. There's
All right.
half the episodes were actually pretty damn enjoyable, and the other half were, man, I just want the series to end or not even begin. So it's gonna meet somewhere in the middle.
Okay. And yeah. Okay. That's I got nothing else to say. Like, what am I gonna say? Like, my mind not with it today. But I'm surprised. I think it's the first time we've done 5 stacks, by the way.
We'll see you next time, Space Cowboy.
So that brings us to plugs. And Phoebe, where can people find you at?
Hi, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as a Let's Play Princess, and also as the hostess of the Nerds Abroadcast. It's on every major podcast app at this point.
Nice job. I'm glad you were able to overcome the iTunes bullshit hill.
Yeah, Apple needs to figure its bullshit out.
They don't have to. They have a monopoly. And Kerry.
Hey, I'm on Twitch and YouTube as Karuseta, Kerooseta. I modify and repair video game consoles, but mostly just hit the share button on whatever I happen to be playing on the PS5, which is almost nothing but Elden Ring for the last, or Bloodborne for the last month or so.
Okay. And your son's still doing his YouTube?
Yeah, he's NatureP, NATROPY_dragon. Does dragon puppets, and I think lately he's been breaking Pokemon booster packs on it and stuff, just stuff like
Hey, people
just that
like
kind of
that.
stuff. Yeah, they do. They do. So he definitely appreciates it when he gets, a couple of followers from your audience. So appreciate that. Appreciate you letting me share it.
I mean,
yeah.
I like to think some people that listen to this do go and track him down, so you never know. Hey, people like YouTube Shorts. I'm starting to try to make a couple of dumb ones where I just video whatever I'm playing.
Shorts is where it's at, and also way easier to monetize.
Okay.
Way easier if you're trying to. The monetization number for Shorts is like a fourth of what it is for long form videos. So
damn,
it's probably less money too. I don't know, but I'm just saying the threshold you have to meet is way lower. So.
Okay, that's cool. I make really shitty. I just essentially just hit record on whatever I'm playing at the moment and go and talk about it for like 20 seconds.
Yeah, you've been doing Xenogears music.
Yeah. God, I love that damn song. I love that Dolly song. Live in my head rent free forever. All right.
Thank you for not singing it around.
That's because there's no words.
But you still.
Yeah,
we're done. That's it.
Like that goes.
We're all done.
I unplugged myself for a second. And if you enjoyed this episode, there's over 650 other episodes of this podcast. You can find everything we do on Podbean. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. That's how this, fortunately. For those of you who vote in our Patreon, we have 1 to 2 polls every month. We do have a Discord. Please join our Discord. It's free. Always have to have new people join, chat with us. You don't even need to do anything. Just join, make my number go up, and don't even say a word. I'm okay with that too, by the way.
Turn off the alerts.
That too. Hey, you just make the number go up. That's all that matters to me. I mean, I do enjoy that people talk, but I like the number going up because I have problems. So definitely go do that. I want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro, courtesy of Elena at Hell Hatsphere. You can follow her on TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. You will see a link to the link tree to her stuff. You will see links to everything that's been mentioned on this podcast for my guests, and also check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker if you like Final Fantasy, because he'll be doing it the rest of the year most likely. So plenty of content there. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok if you want squirrel videos and some short little videos, and YouTube audio only. So I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you next time, Space Cowboy. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.